The views and opinions expressed by the guest author or speaker during this live session are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Reader's Magnet. The content shared is for informational purposes only and does not constitute endorsement or promotion of any particular belief, ideology, or product.
Hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another awesome day here at RM Hive, and you're tuning in to Reader's Magnet's featured author interview. I'm your host, Revan, and our featured author has built her work around identifying the invisible forces that destroys relationships. She helps individuals, couples, teams, and communities recognize the hidden behaviors that silently sabotage relationships long before the damage becomes obvious. With the with a trauma informed lens and a strong focus on leadership and relational culture, she brings both depth and practical clarity to conversations about connection, communication, and accountability. She is the author of Three Silent Relationship Destroyers: The Hidden Patterns That Disrupt Marriage, Friendship, and Teamwork and Community, a book that challenges us to confront what's happening beneath the surface in our most important relationships. Please help me welcome Dr. Moni Kay. Hi, Dr. Moni Kay. Thank you for joining us here today. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
I love that answer. I'm fabulous. I remember myself because when people ask me that, I also say that I'm still amazing. So I love that answer. I always love that answer.
Yeah, positive attitude, positive energy.
True.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Dr. Monica, I actually love the title of your book. It's Three Silent Relationship Destroyers: The Hidden Patterns That Disrupt Marriage, Friendship, Teamwork, and Community. So, what inspired the idea of this book?
So, Revan, here's the thing.
Mhm.
Human beings are wired for connection. Just like we must have water and food, we have to have connection. And this is universal. Every single religion, every nation, we all need connection, right?
Mhm.
And so, since we need it so desperately, why is it that 45% of at least Westerners marriages end in divorce? Why is it that 70% of people leave their jobs because not because the work, they love their work. It's because of the people. They'll say it's their boss. You know what I mean? It's the
Yeah.
connection. Why people leave, right? Hostile work environment. All of this is about connection. And so, in my mind, I'm thinking, if connection is so vital,
Mhm.
why can't we get it right? Why can't we get
Mm.
it right? And so that prompted my research into connection, right? And the
Mhm.
things that really harm connection. And spoiler alert, it's not what we think. It's not
Mhm.
what we think. So that's the reason why, Yeah.
Yeah, I really love that this book is actually very relevant today, especially in the corporate world. So, yeah,
100%.
different departments talking about the relationship with each other, people within the company. A while ago, yesterday, I actually just had a meeting with the leaders here and the managers as well,
Mhm.
and they're also talking about that. And
Yeah.
that's why I love this book. Maybe
Mm.
why this has been also recommended to me. So I just really want to read this as well, and for all our viewers out there. So if you want to know more about this, as what Dr. Monica said a while ago, this is so relevant today. And Dr. Monica,
Mhm.
can you share a bit about yourself and your journey as a writer?
Yeah, so my life has been very dynamic and rich. I've had struggles and I've had a lot of successes. And so,
Mhm.
one of the things that really resonates with me is giving back to others,
Mhm.
which is why I became an educator and I have been a principal and a school leader for over
Mhm.
25 years. Just, I really wanted to give back to others. And that
Mhm.
had a lot to do with my childhood. And so, one of the things that I did was write a book. My first book was called I Wish Someone Would Have Told Me That. And that is about, yeah, my
Nice
life's
title.
journeys. I was a teen mom. um,
Uh-huh.
and just a lot of trauma in my life. And I
Mm-hmm.
really wanted to reach out and connect with other people that are
Mm-hmm.
going through similar struggles. You know, we don't have to be in a world of isolation when we were really meant for connection.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what
True.
prompted the first book. And then after being a principal and a leader of teams of people and being
Mm-hmm.
able to do that quite well,
Mm-hmm.
I thought, why don't I share my strategies, my research? I mean, I lived in the Middle East for 6 years, leading teams of
Mm-hmm.
nationalities, backgrounds, etc. And it all comes down to the same thing: relationships, connection with people. And the reason why we get that wrong is because how we show up. How we
Mm-hmm.
show up. And this is like even in your family, right? If you're a leader and you have influence over people, how you show up matters. How people experience you matters.
I actually love that. How you show up matters. So for all our viewers out there, remember that you have to show up because it matters.
Yeah.
So yes, and what I love again about this book is that it can be used as well, in a company setting. Just study this because it's about relationship within between people, between teams, communities,
Mhm.
and yeah, it can actually help help someone how someone's leadership be boosted, or and the relationship within that team as well. And I love that you're actually using your experience, that 25 years of experience in education and being a principal as well. And because being in education, you actually observe a lot of people in there. So it's actually very vital that these experience, that's 25 years, so basically you've seen a lot already. So you can actually guide those people who are young today, so still in the world of business and education as well, or just dealing with a team, especially a difficult team. And this is such an inspirational one.
Yeah, Reverend, I already used the book with organizations that were struggling with the relationships and
Mhm,
connections. And once they read the book and they all understood how they need to show up and the
mhm,
three silent things that make us not show up as our best selves.
true.
Once they learned those things, they created a common discourse, and everybody is moving in an area of openness and
Mhm,
connection and regulating. I'll go ahead and give you those three silent relationship destroyers.
mhm,
They're regulating their attitudes, their assumptions, and their expectations, right? And
mhm,
so we kind of think that in relationships, oh, the communication broke down, or
mhm,
in personal relationships, oh, we just drifted apart, or people
mhm,
have issues with finances at home or the budget at work, right? And so you
mhm,
you think that those are the things that destroy relationships, but it's actually how you show up to those things, how
mhm,
you attack those things. You can attack it with an attitude of, let's get to the bottom of it, right? Or you
mhm,
can approach your organization with armor on. That's your attitude. Your attitude is
mhm.
your armor. And if that armor pushes people away, that's silently destroying the relationship, right? If that
Yeah.
armor is one that says, just get your work done, I don't want to collaborate, just get it done,
Mhm,
then that's going to put issues in relationship. And with assumptions, assumptions are things, stories that we
mhm.
tell ourselves that are not even true. But do
True.
you know that so many people believe those assumptions, those stories, and
Mhm,
90% of it is false? And so they create an attitude and
mhm.
that is reflected in their connection, and it's not even true, right? People walk around thinking like, well, I wasn't included in that meeting, they must not like me, or their ideas
Oh,
must be
yeah.
better. You know what I mean? And that's just an
Yeah.
assumption, right? It's what you see on the surface. And so you have to be able to immediately check your attitude, regulate yourself from a place of positivity, and then approach the relationship there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love the wisdom in it. So
Thank
for
you.
all of viewers out there, once again, the book is called Three Silent Relationship Destroyers by Dr. Moni Kay right here. Check them out in your Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Get your copy right now. And Dr. Moni Kay, could you describe the main themes or messages readers can expect from your book?
Yeah. So listen, when you first get the book, people think it's about personal relationships, and it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's about every single connection that you make. And again,
Mm-hmm.
I said those three silent relationship destroyers are attitudes, assumption,
Mm-hmm.
and expectations. But here's the thing, Revan, when you come into a situation that might be a little nervous, or,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you're having a difficult conversation. And
Mm-hmm.
so attitudes, assumption, and expectations actually are impacted by things that we experienced in life long time
Mm-hmm.
ago. And so sometimes maybe somebody makes a facial expression, and then the receiver on the other thing is automatically receiving that negative. And that might
Mm-hmm.
be past trauma that they've had before, right? So sometimes people think communication, well, they're not open, they don't want to talk about it. But that too can be stemming from things that have happened long before. Like when you were growing up in your household, is conversation something that's welcomed? Do you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Do you
Yeah.
come from a household where there was a lot of screaming? Is it easier to you to just be quiet? Right. And so
Mm-hmm.
when we realize that people are maybe just kind of quiet or to themselves, we then have to check our attitude and say, listen, let me meet them where they are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're not quiet. Maybe they're not combative, or maybe they're not angry. Maybe they're
Mm-hmm.
coming from a place that's far deep down, below the surface. And let me
Mm-hmm.
meet them where they are so that we can get to the bottom of it, so that we can have positive connections. So,
Mm-hmm.
the theme of the book is not about blame. It's
Mm-hmm.
about restoring connections and being absolutely aware of how you show up in your
Mm-hmm.
attitude. Is that armor? Are you showing up with armor, or are you showing up open with
Mm-hmm.
communication? Are you showing up already with stories in your mind? They don't like me, they like somebody else. Or are you interested? Are you curious? Right? We want to take
Mm-hmm.
those assumptions from negative to curiosity. And the other one
Yes.
I haven't talked much about is expectations. And this is funny, right? I
Mm-hmm.
lead a team of people, and sometimes I expect them to know what I want because I've been working with them
Mm-hmm.
for 10 years or whatever, right? And so I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
well, didn't you know that? Well, no, Dr. K, you didn't say that we needed to do it in this order, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so these expectations are like they're like unspoken, rules of engagement
Mm-hmm.
when we didn't even, express exactly what we wanted.
Uh-huh.
And so you'll understand in this book, like you'll automatically think, oh, that's an assumption. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have thought
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Um,
True.
it is like a life changer in my marriage, right? My husband and I, like, I named the 13 really common things why people get divorced or have broken relationships. I named them in here, and then I
Uh-huh.
map them to which of those silent relationship destroyers is at the bottom of that. Is it
Mm-hmm.
assumptions? Is it attitude? Is it expectation? So, it's kind of like a little, you can just pick your thing that you want to focus on. Are you
Mm-hmm.
having communication issues? I mean, it even goes as deep, Revan, to go to, like, is the relationship abusive?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If it is,
Yeah.
let's look at attitudes, assumption, expectation. Let's look at past practices that make us show up in a way that's not
True.
healthy for relationships.
Yes. I actually love this conversation right now. I'm learning some things out there. I'm learning some things from here. And I hope our viewers out there, especially my office mates who are watching right now. So I hope you're also learning from Dr. Moni Kay as well, our conversation here. So we have not read the book yet. For some of you might have read it already, but we're having a conversation, and I have already learned so much from this, and which I can already apply in a team or
Mhm.
in a group. And Dr. K, what kind of reader reactions do you find the most gratifying or surprising?
Yeah, so I would say that there are two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's really gratifying and just warms my heart when someone sends a message on my website or,
Mm-hmm.
on Facebook and say, thank you so much for saving the relationship that I've had with my son, where
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't showing up in a way that he was receiving me. It helped us to look at each other differently. It helped us to show up better. It helped me to not assume the worst. And so I love when people say like that epiphany, like, oh my gosh, all of this time we've been struggling about finances, but it's not really finances. I see finances as freedom to explore and learn different things. And my spouse sees finances as security, something I need to hold on to. And so once you come to like consensus on that, your attitudes shift completely. And so I love when couples, just have that epiphany, like, okay, so we just see it differently, right? And then the other one is people that, want to, hey, that's not right. I don't believe that attitudes, assumptions, expectations shape the relationship. I really love that because this book is based on some research, right? It's very similar to the fight, flight, or freeze syndrome, right? That comes from a response of protection. And when we have our attitude, assumptions, and expectation, also comes from a place of protection. And so we put that attitude on as armor. I need to protect myself, whether I'm at work, I'm going into this meeting, I'm delivering this message. I know my staff is not ready for this, so let me put on my armor. That attitude is felt before you open your mouth, before you even say a word, right? And so I love when people want to debate with me because that means they've read something in there that triggered something and they're like, hey, that's not right. That's not right. So those are the things that I like.
Yes, I love that it actually engaged with your audiences, and it already had the impact. When a mother already realized the relationship with her son, and the other one is like, "No, that's not true," meaning he was triggered by what you said. It's effective. Yeah, I love that. And can you also give us a sneak peek into any upcoming projects or ideas you're currently working on?
Yeah, so two quick things. So this book is actually going to be kind of going on tour. I'm leaving tonight. Yeah, I'm leaving tonight to go to Thailand. And I'm going to be speaking at a women's leadership conference. And then, of course, the signing at the London Book Fair. And then in May, I go to Spain to speak about this book and the 3 Silent Relationship Destroyers. Back to London in July. And then a couple of different conferences here in the US where this book is going to be like a big topic of discussion in leaderships, in homes, in communities, church groups, just really trying to do my part in this world and get people able to connect better. This is a universal thing. Everybody in the world, it doesn't matter what language you speak, doesn't matter what religion. I literally touch on 12 different, maybe 10 different religious backgrounds and how they all say the same thing. We are wired for connection. We are wired for service of people. And so, that's what's coming up. And then the second part of this book is coming. It's called Leader, You Are the Culture. And so it's the same type of, it's an extension, if you will. And for the leader, like everything cascades from you into your staff, into your organization, and of course, through your attitude, your assumptions, and your expectations.
I actually love how you are going on tour and sharing this message out there because a lot of people actually need it. Companies and people, even on domestic people, like in a family or in a unit in a community, they actually need it. And I love how this book will actually travel around the world and share this inspiring message because I agree we actually need the connection, strengthen our connection, and just identify the relationship destroyers and get to strengthen our connection with each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, Dr. Moni Kay, I'd love to give this spotlight to you. Tell us where we can find your book. And
Yeah. So, of course, you can get it on Amazon. Please do get it there. It's also available in hard copy on Barnes and Noble. And so please do so. My website is drmonikay.com. You can go there, and there's actually a personal workbook that has been written to go along with these that you can get on my website. It's just downloadable, and it really helps you to go through the different relationship stressors, these things that people think are ruining their relationship, but it's really not. Right. And it really helps to give you that one-on-one experience of really diving into yourself, looking at the relationship stressors and seeing things differently, just seeing connection on a different level. So
love that. Thank you so much. All right, Dr. Moni Kay, everybody, get your copy of 3 Silent Relationship Destroyers, The Hidden Patterns That Disrupt Marriages, Friendship, Teamwork, and Community on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. You can also check her other works or her books at www.drmonikay.com. So check out her books, check out her, if she's going on tour, if you are near, if you're in Thailand, if you're in London, go check her out. She's also going to sign copies of her book with us at Olympia London in March for the London Book Fair. So check her book out. I believe in it. So go ahead and get your copy right now. And Dr. Moni Kay, it has been an awesome time with you here at Readers Magnet. Thank you for joining us here today.
Thanks, Revan. Thanks for having me.
Yes. And guys, let's open the pages and unravel the secrets of your personal odyssey. And I believe that your ink never runs dry. So go tell your story, you storyteller. This is your host, Revan. And as we say it here at Readers Magnet, we share your story with the world. Bye for now. Stay awesome.